Thank you, Dad.
You can order 40 if you want.
Hampshire sticker.
The Hampshire sticker.
Going on the ukulele.
The ukulele, yes. Let's see. There or there, right there.
Yay! Now you're stuck with New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Perfect. Bye, friends. Have fun in the Smoky Mountains. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little different because I am taking my first 0 day. So this is a day I'm hiking no miles. I got to this hotel yesterday, I stayed last night, and I'm going to stay again tonight and then start hiking again in the morning. So I'm in Fontana Dam Village right now at the lodge, and this place is amazing. I didn't expect to zero here, but I think my body needed another days of rest. So I'm just listening to that, and I want to go into the Smokies nice and refreshed and ready to push big miles. So that's why I'm here. I have all my gear laid out because I've gotten a lot of requests to kind of go over things. My favorite gear, my least favorite gear, and just what works and what doesn't. I'm not going to go over everything because that could take a lot of time, but I'll just talk about a few different items. So the things that I've picked up during this hike that I didn't start with would be these. So I picked up Indingy socks, and these are socks with individual toes, and that prevents blisters. So once I picked these up in Clayton, Georgia, in like the first week, I've worn these every day and I haven't gotten a blister since. So I got 3 blisters when I started the hike, and I don't have any, and I haven't gotten any more. So I recommend Indingy socks if you get blisters. And then also, I've talked about this, I've also gotten a visor to put underneath my rain jacket, because my rain jacket has a little built-in visor, but it's not very sturdy and it flops in front of my eyes. So I got this to put underneath, and it's really packable. So you can see it has this little seam right there, so it can fold and then fold again. And it's kind of got like, I don't know, the dry fit, waterproof type material. So it's made to be outside in the weather. And it's by Outdoor Research. I got it at Outdoor 76 in Franklin, North Carolina. So these 2 pieces of gear I picked up on my hike, and I'm very happy I did that. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but another piece of gear that I actually picked up while I'm in this town is diaper rash cream and body powder, and that's because chafing is real, and I'm just going to leave it at that. These will help soothe any chafing problems. All right. This is something else I picked up right before my hike. Literally the day before I went to Amicalola, I had my puffy jacket upgraded thanks to Enlightened Equipment. So I got the Apex Torrid jacket. I think that's the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. But I didn't like my old one at all because it was a half zip, so you had to put it over your head just to put it on. This is so simple with the full zip. As soon as I get to camp, I take off my backpack, I take this out of it, and I put it on because it's just so comfy. As soon as you stop hiking, your body temperature gets a lot colder. There's a sports car in the parking lot and he's trying to show off. Anyways, so I like this so much better. It's got a giant hood. I customized it, and I know I was very boring and customized it to black, but I got a blue interior, and it's got the cinched arms, it's got the cinched waist, and it's just kept me really warm. I've slept in it a couple times, and I like these little pockets because while I'm sleeping, I can put my phone in one pocket and my Sawyer in the other. And I do that on freezing nights, so the Sawyer doesn't break, and then it also helps my phone battery if my phone stays warm at night too. So I'm super happy I picked this up. from Enlightened Equipment, and now I have a puffy from them, a sleeping bag from them. I got my down booties from them. I've worn these every night except for one, but it's starting to warm up, so I don't know if I'm going to be using them a whole lot, but they weigh 2 ounces, so I'm definitely keeping them. And then I also have a wind jacket from them, which I won on an Instagram contest they held. So it was super easy to get this. I recommend following them on Instagram because they do contests all the time. So that's like a pro tip I'm sharing with you guys. I think the last gear that I picked up right before my hike was a second sleeping pad. And this is just to keep the R value warmer when I sleep. I don't know too much about that, but I've been putting this underneath my inflatable sleeping pad at night and then kind of attaching the two together with the quilt straps that came with my Convert sleeping bag quilt. So I can strap them together, they don't slide off, and I will most likely get rid of this as soon as I notice that it's consistently warm. But this is nice having in my tent for when I do deflate this and pack it and I'm still kind of getting things together. I have something soft to sit on because this is the last thing I pack up because it just attaches to the outside of my pack. And I also roll my Crocs right in there. So it's an easy way to store my Crocs, and I've enjoyed it. It was cheap on Amazon. I'll link it below if you want. I don't 100% recommend it. I'm sure there's better ones out there, but this is the one that I use. So people ask me what my favorite piece of gear is, and I want to say it's this snack pack that I attached right to the hip belt of my backpack. And so that's exactly what it is. I got it on Amazon. Again, I'll link it below, but it is just a rectangle pouch. It's just perfect to put my snacks in. So I eat breakfast at camp before I start hiking, and then I'll put enough snacks to last me the day until I get to camp that night. So it's pretty large. I can fit like Oreos and I just fill it with protein bars. I don't usually stop hiking to eat lunch. I'll usually eat lunch on the go, have protein bars, and that's basically it. And this pouch is big enough. I think it's supposed to be waterproof. It's not 100% waterproof. I put my phone in here one day in a downpour and water still got in. But it's like a nice soft material on the inside, and there's actually a separate pouch. So if you need to separate certain food, actually in this little pouch I have toilet paper because I figured it'd be easy to access right in there. So this has been my favorite piece of gear. Another thing I'm super happy I brought on my hike was my Fitbit. I love looking at stats. So I love checking my watch and seeing how many steps I've done throughout the day. I like knowing where my highest step day was and my lowest, and how many floors I climbed, how much sleep I got. That's something I really like checking when I wake up. So this, I'm really happy I brought it. I do have to bring the charger with me, which is pretty bulky, but I only have to charge it in town because this will last days and I haven't had any problems with trying to keep this charged. So this is kind of like my luxury item, and I'm really happy I brought it. Another favorite item, I mentioned this before, but it's this bandana on a carabiner, which I keep right on the side of my pack, and it's to blow my nose. I didn't realize how often I'd be blowing my nose on trail, but it's a lot. So I really like having this. Every time I get to town, I just wash it quick in the sink. I did bring a tiny container of concentrated soap. So when I wash this in the sink, it only needs like 2 drops of soap, and I can just scrub it and then it's clean. I don't have to worry about throwing it in the laundry. So that's a definite favorite piece of gear of mine. I have been asked what my least favorite piece of gear is, and the only thing that comes to mind is rain mitts. I wore these once when I went up and over Blood Mountain. It was raining so much, and I think the water got in and my hands didn't stay warm or dry or anything. So once I get through the Smokies, I'm probably gonna send them home. I still have normal gloves that I'll keep. I have little gloves from Hot Chili's I'll keep for a while at least, just in case it gets cold, but the rain mitts I do not like. I also have a hat. I love the hat, I love the company, but I just don't find myself wearing it. I have my hair up in a ponytail a lot of the times, and it's not very beanie friendly. So instead of this, I've just been wearing the hood on either this sweatshirt or my puffy jacket. So these two pieces of gear are used the least. That concludes my little random 0-day gear review. So if you have any questions about any of my gear, please leave them in the comments. Also, I'm not looking for any advice or recommendations to change because I'm pretty happy with this. I get a lot of people in the comments trying to tell me what to do, and honestly, I don't really listen to any of those. So I'm just gonna say the cliche, hike your own hike, and this is the gear that works for me, and I'm gonna continue to use this. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog when I'm in the Smoky Mountains. So have a good day.